Today, we're going to install the Brondell Thinline T44 so that when you get yours from manybidets.com, you know exactly how to get it up and running. My name is Daniel Johnson. I'm the owner and founder of manybidets.com, where you can get expert advice on all things bidets. So the first thing you want to do is you want to turn off the water supply to the toilet. And then you want to drain the toilet tank so that we have as much water out of the system as possible. Now, even though we've drained the tank, there might be some residual water there, so it's always good to have a cloth to catch any residual water as we disconnect the water supply from the toilet tank. And there's that residual water we're catching. We can go straight to installing the provided T. This does have a step washer, so you want to make sure that the thinner side is pointing up towards the toilet when you install it. If you do not have access to the bottom side of the toilet tank, you can always purchase an alternate T connector that will connect to the water supply side as well. But that is a separate purchase. Once we've got that T connector connected, we're going to go ahead and connect the water supply to the bottom side of that T. And then the bidet in a moment will be connected here. This will allow us to supply both the toilet and the bidet with water from one water supply. Now we need to take off the toilet seat so that we can prepare the toilet for the installation of the bidet. You may need a screwdriver here, or a lot of these might be loose enough that you can just do it with your hands. Next, we install the rubber sleeves for the top mounting. Now, if we have access to the bottom side, we can give it a little pull as we push from the top. We can also use one of the screws to push from the top. And if needed, we can always wet them a little bit as well to help them slide if we're really having some issues with getting those in. After we've got the sleeves where they need to be, we put the mounting plate over those sleeves. This mounting plate has grooves in it that the bottom of these rectangular washers connect to and grip. The lip goes up, but the grooves on the bottom connect to the mounting plate. Once we've got it where we believe it needs to be, we drop the screws in place and we tighten it down. When you're tightening these, start off pretty easy. If you press too hard as you start the tightening process, you can actually push the rubber sleeve through the toilet, and then you're going to need to start over. Now we need to install the deodorizer cartridge, which looks like this. The little pull tab should be facing out so that if we need to replace it at any point, it's easier to get out. And it just goes right in here. There's a little door that just snaps on right on top of that. After we've got the deodorizer installed, we're going to slide the seat on. There's a press button here to release and attach. So press that button in, slide it into place, and you'll feel it click. Next, let's install the hose. We want to make sure that both sides of the hose have the rubber washers on them. They should, but double check. Connect this side real quick. Hand tight should be all that you need here. If you decide to use a wrench, be very, very gentle with it. Next, we're going to plug the bidet seat into the wall. And we're going to install the batteries into the remote. This is a radio frequency remote. So we do need to make sure that it is paired. Now I've previously paired this remote with the seat, but if this was my first time, when I put the batteries into the remote, within 5 seconds I'm going to want to press one of the buttons on the remote, and I'll hear a little tune that lets me know that the two are connected. And now we simply turn the water supply back on, and we check for leaks. It can sometimes be a little bit tricky to determine if you have a leak because the water can be cold, and the cold can sometimes have a wet sensation to it, but keep an eye on it. And at this point in time, we're ready to test the bidet seat and make sure that it's functioning properly. So the best way to test the bidet seat is to actually sit down on it with bare skin contact and start using the remote. That being said, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to cover the seat sensor with my hand, and then I'm going to press a button on the remote. And we can see that it works just fine. You may have noticed I needed to move my hand a little bit to find the seat sensor before the buttons on the remote would work. That's one of the benefits to actually sitting down on it, as if you were actually using it with bare skin contact, that's not going to be an issue. If you have any questions about installing this or any of the other seats that Many Bidets sells, please feel free to reach out. Reach out to our customer service team on manybidets.com or comment on this video so that feedback can be provided to you and others who might have the same question. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
manybidets.com, where we sell mini bidets, not mini bidets.